Welcome, my friends, to the region of Württemberg. We are going to be playing with an army of revolutionary Frenchmen at this point to actually stop this Württembergian army from breaking through and eventually attacking our army in France. Now, this is a massive force, and I think you guys are about to see that. Let me make sure that my cannon is in a proper location. We're going to go ahead and unload them. And if I'm not mistaken, that's the only piece of artillery we have in this fight. We're really working with very, very little. So I'm looking to these buildings to potentially use them, but it doesn't look like they are going to be useful. We have two enemy armies coming at us. This one right here, and likely another one coming over the hill. As always, I like to show you guys the action in this game, so we'll be back when the action begins, boys and girls. But if you want some more Imperial Splendor, you know what you have to do. Catch you soon. Well, nobody's going to take a revolutionary government seriously if we don't attack. However, there are a nasty grouping of woods directly in front of us, or there is, I should say. Really losing my English here in Portugal. Let's rush over with the cavalry, and I'm going to start engaging with our frontal line infantry. These are actually grenadiers, so quite advanced for this ragtag army, frankly. Let's just move here. Not bad. Alright, looks like we've already got some major fighting going on over here in the town itself. The rest of the Württembergians are trying to get through the town here, it looks like. So let's actually push forward and start engaging. The problem is we can't actually take control of any of these buildings, but getting a flank attack on the enemy from this location could prove very useful. Unfortunately, it looks like we can't move any farther left. Oh, there we go. Alright, guys, let's get to the front line. It begins. And again, we have another group of enemies approaching. In fact, I think we can see them massing over there, approaching our lines. So we've got to do as much damage as possible early on here. In fact, I was going to say we might as well launch an attack, but I won't do that. I will, however, set them up right here on the double quick. Come on, boys. Fusiliers. Let's bring this cavalry unit over here, and I might grab this cavalry unit right here and just do a nice little charge. Stun the enemy, let's hope. There's actually a regiment of enemy cavalry attacking us. My goodness, what are the odds? All right, well, you know what? Tit for tat. We'll do the exact same thing here. Because we're not going to be able to reach their cav for a while, I don't think. Vive la France! Oh my goodness! Watch out with that damn artillery. We're going to try to use these buildings later. Alright, look at that, guys. Württemberg is definitely sending in all of their men to the front line. They've taken our actual artillery here. So I'm going to switch fire and make sure that everyone is focused in on that group. Beautiful. So far, so good, guys. I think we may have allayed the first group at least. Although, look at that. Still plenty of them here. We'll try to get into a square formation. That cavalry is a real pain. And in fact, we could send in our very own cavalry to shut them down. But again, that's going to be about it. We're very restricted on the cavalry we actually have for this battle. So we'll shoot down these guys, but after that, I'm not sure how much help they can actually bring us. Oh my goodness. Pike saw me, man, right there. I'm actually going to charge. It's just because I did not see them. Their uniforms actually look quite similar to our own, which leads to some confusion during this fight. Well, let's go ahead and run them down. And I think we can get this unit back out of the square. We really do have to turn our focus forward because, of course, there are more enemies approaching. We're going to get into the woods there. Although they seem to be approaching from this area over here in the northwest. Let's see where our general is. He's doing all right. I think this is what I'm going to start doing, guys, is I'm going to start setting up defenses over here in the woods. Let's make sure we truly shot the enemy down. This would be a true victory for revolutionary friends. Still some Württembergians trying to fight, guys. We've got to get on that, and quickly. Fire! Sending out the grenadiers as a last resort. I love seeing those flashes. Give them a full volley. Absolutely wonderful. Now, of course, grenadiers are really made for, well, yes, grenadiering, of course, but they're really made for close combat situations. So essentially attacking the enemy, charging them, etc. So I'm going to move them up to where the enemy is approaching with the rest of their men. My goodness, what the hell was that? What in the world just shot us? Looks like a Württemberg howitzer. Didn't even spot him. Let's begin to set up, guys, immediately. I'll put them on the double quick, of course. And we'll do the same thing with the line infantry. Now, with our 5th regiment here, we should start firing. I'd like to spread them out a bit more, but you know what? Maybe this is for the best. Keep a nice, strong clump of men here. For the light horse unit, we could try to go after their artillery. We're not doing very well against this infantry unit. I'm going for a charge. See if we can just shut them down with 1 infantry charge. I doubt it. Get the other French unit here, and I don't want to charge, but I want to just get on the enemy's flank. And again, I want them moving quickly into position. Come on, boys. Not even sure if remnants of the 1st Army group are still attacking here. It looks like, yep, sure enough, they are still battling it out. And look at that. Württembergians right there, guys. Oh my goodness. We also have some cavalry over here. But for now, let's focus on just the infantry. Mon Dieu. Alright, they are ceasing that attack. Let's take a look. So we've got 2 lines here. Push up to try and hit additional Württembergians here in the crossfire. But I'm going to move my unit actually behind all of the infantry. We are working our way through the streets of this city, and I think that's exactly what we should be doing. In fact, I might just reassign these men kind of like this. Ah, that's a weird reassignment. Reorder anyway. Maybe we'll just go in with the square formation. I mean, I'm even considering potentially using the bayonet charge. I do think we might outnumber them at this point. Well, it looks like they've gotten to our lines, our Fusilier lines here. We're still doing a great job at repelling them. Although some additional enemy units over there are still arriving, and they still have soldier militia units here. Just amazing what we have to go through to defeat this enemy. So let's switch over to the militia. I'm going to push this guy forward as well. And some of them are actually engaging us from long range, not making anything easier for us, of course. Let's see. Alright, beautiful. Perfect time to bring in this cavalry unit. Let's shut them down on this right side completely. Ouch. expected them to be a little bit easier to break, actually. At least the Deutsche line infantry finally broke and ran. After losing that many men, I can't really blame them for that. That's pretty nasty there. And they went down all the way to, what is it, 19? Pretty remarkable. So let's push forward here. Actually going to bring my cavalry over here. And this regiment of horse can charge the militia. Since they're not looking at our regiment of horse, I think we should be safe. Chargez! Alright. That worked out as intended. Let's just make sure we're not continuing to fire, because we're going to end up hitting our own men, and we don't want that. Yeah, still plenty of enemies in the wings there. Of course, the enemy general remaining behind his troops. That's something you'll only see in this and Empire 3. Empire Darth mod, I believe it's called, where the general doesn't really like to throw his life away like he usually does in Empire Total War. So let's keep on pushing. I think at this point we have the advantage. Push through here. We'll get up here on the hill as well. And we'll move our general forward a little bit. Can't wait to see the actual casualty count of this battle. Yeah, these are grenadiers, guys. I think, why don't we go out with one final charge? It's got to be the right thing to do here. We'll also send the cavalry de ligne through. But here we go. Bayonets. Bayonets. And bayonets, guys. For the revolution. Let's make it happen. Running nearly as quickly as I'd like them to. There we go. Let's make sure it's a double quick. Here we go, guys. Grenadiers about to make contact. I think Württemberg stands no chance. And actually, let's stop here. We're this close. We might as well just give them a ridiculous volley. This is what you get for standing up to France. Alright, I think we've got a rout. We've also just shot down our own cavalry units, but La Revolution has a lot of victims, unfortunately. We're gonna keep on moving, boys. Wonderful. I see them breaking quite quickly, although the general is still alive. I'm gonna see if I can't get a shot over there. If need be, we'll send in the cavalry and just cut them down. And there we go, my friends. It's going to be a victory. I'm going to continue, because I'd like to take a look at the battlefield here and just the points of interest where major action occurred. This is pretty vicious fighting. And over here, of course, I didn't think we were going to come out on top. I really thought we had very little chance, especially with the lack of artillery. Sure enough, the enemy did take out the artillery, so good on them, but we still managed to win the fight. Vive la France. Alright, guys, we're going to quit that battle. A close victory, no doubt. Take a look here at the actual casualties. I'm curious to see what they're like. So, we lost 685 men. We killed nearly 2,000. As you can see, the enemy did outnumber us by 937, nearly 1,000 men. But we still came out on top. If you want to see some more Imperial Splendor action, then you know what you have to do. I do know that a lot of you guys are big fans of this mod, so hopefully we can play some more in the future. Take care, guys.